Hi guys, so this will be for the Cancer zodiac for April. If this reading doesn't resonate with you, check your rising, moon, or Venus sign, okay? I hope you guys are doing well. That's kind of a crazy full moon, huh? I think the next full moon will be towards the end of April, like April 26th or 27th. I think it's in Scorpio. So we'll see if that plays into this reading at all. All right, Cancer. So there's something that you've been examining. The sense I get with this card is that you've been thinking a lot about something and not really acting on it. More just kind of looking at the the situation from like a detached mentality. That's the vibe I'm getting from this card. Yeah, you're trying to figure out a way to deal with some situation. Let's see what comes up. Yeah. So there's something that you want to pursue, that you're trying to build up the courage to pursue. But there's a little bit of patience required here, which is why I'm getting the sense like you're just kind of sitting back thinking about how to approach this scenario. That's the message that's coming through for this. It's like you want to utilize all your resources properly to make the best approach. You want to make sure that fear is not a factor in a decision that you're making. That's the message that I'm getting. Yeah, you're looking for divine guidance right now in regard to this matter. I get the sense you are being patient. It's like you want to take action and like you're trying to build the courage to take action, but you're also trying to listen to divine guidance. But you're also just examining all aspects of this scenario to make sure that it's an appropriate next step. Yeah, because this is what your goal is. This is what your goal is. True abundance, right? Cornucopia. True abundance. It's like you want to make sure that your actions are in line with like what you really want. That's the sense I'm getting. You want to make sure that your actions are really in line. So you're working on integrity. You're working on integrity in regard to your goals and aspirations, coupled with like your belief systems and making sure that you're not being hindered. Yeah, slow and steady. It's like you're being cautious with your steps. But also like checking yourself in regard to like fear and courage. Yeah. Because like see how here in Cornucopia it's very lush and like the light shining through and there's all this abundance. And it's like this is where you're leaving. This is where you're leaving. This is also a message of like digging deep for inspiration, which is where like that courage over fear comes in. So you may be feeling alone at times, which, you know, is normal as a human, okay? But it's also about digging deep for inspiration. But the sense I get is that you're leaving this place to head towards that abundance, not letting fear hold you back. Kind of like teasing out intuition and fear almost. There's a very thin line. There's a very thin line between intuition and fear. But I get the sense you're getting better at teasing it out because this is where you're leaving. This is where you're leaving. This is at the heart of the reading. The good news is that the only way out is up, right? And again, being cautious with your steps. That's been like a recurrent theme since I pulled this card, is like being cautious with your steps. Okay, because you're like, I don't want to end up back there. I know what it takes or I know how I got there, and I want to make sure I don't go back there. So you're following the divine guidance. I get the sense you are receiving divine, like you're in tune with the divine guidance, and you're like carefully, slowly but surely following it, right? And it may seem a little overwhelming at times, but the sense I get is that you're like, I'm not going back to that place. You're leaving that dry desert to head towards this. And it may require, you know, getting through this to get there. But it's like you're up for it. You have the courage to do it. You're not going to let fear hold you back. But you know it's kind of going to be like a journey and a process. So you're kind of just, I get the sense you're being patient with yourself, which is good, right? And you're observing like your emotions that are tied to this part of your journey. And because of that, you're more in tune with divine guidance. Let's get a spirit animal. Yeah, you know spirit's right there with you. You know it. You trust is the sense that I get. Yeah. Surrender now, moth spirit, and claim your independence, cat spirit. It's like you're willing to take that journey. You've surrendered to divine flow, and you're like, I know what I have to do. And again, with the red or the orange, like that sacral chakra, and then also the red chakra, the root chakra. So it's like overcoming that fear to take those steps to leave this place and head towards that abundance. You surrendered to divine flow. That's really excellent, by the way. Bring a gentle touch with yourself. As I was saying, I get the sense you're already doing that, like you're being patient with yourself, right? You're just observing your emotions instead of attaching to them. I get the sense you're already doing this. And if there's something that's like not making sense or you're unsure about, it's like you're gonna pause. You're gonna pause to reevaluate and readjust. This is actually a really powerful place to be in, because it's like awareness of what you're going through on your journey, and like how it's impacting you, what you need to do to get to where you want to be, right? It's very, very powerful place. Like it's like being okay with the circumstances that come on your journey, because you know it's for a purpose. It's like you've surrendered to divine guidance. You surrendered to the process. Yeah, spirit, time to collaborate. I get this as a sense of like you and spirit working together. It's like navigating within the flow, right? This is an awesome reading. It's like you're very conscious of this process now. This is incredible. You may also be collaborating with other people to work on some projects. Okay, but I get this more in the sense of like you and spirit, you know, you putting the pieces together to get through this mountain to the cornucopia, right? Yeah. Power, right? The lightning striking, it's like you see what you have to do to get there, and it's like this is what you're aiming for. There also may have been like a resurgence of pursuing your path. Like you may have like cycled back here recently and you're like, no, I'm done with that. So there may have been like this resurgence of motivation to gather the courage to pursue this path, whatever it may be for you. I don't really see an indication of what it's towards. I just get the sense it's like on your path in general. Like you know what you have to do for this. Yeah, you see the potential of like how surrendering and taking these steps, you see the potential of what it can bring to you. Yeah, Definitely. Blossoming abundance in the upcoming energy, for the work that you've been putting in to yourself. Like, yeah. And it's like gathering the courage to take those steps, even if they're slow and steady. It's okay. It's a process, right? It's a process. But you're driven. You're driven. And I also take this as like anything that's not in alignment with where you're trying to go is like you're reevaluating these things about them being in your life in general. It's like you're releasing what's not in alignment, right? Having the courage to do that and release fear. You're looking at all of this. You see it clearly, and you're following it. Because you know. All right, let's clarify with some tarot here. Yeah, exactly. 7 of Coins. It's an investment. It's an investment you're making on yourself and your path. To like, you're like, okay, I have to face these things, but I know that it's going to pay off. And Queen of Cups. Yeah, a lot of love. A lot of love. It's like your intuition is being heightened too by listening to divine guidance and following your destined life path. Your intuition is being heightened. But also remember how I was saying, there's a thin line between intuition and fear, right? So that's also what this is saying, because Queen of Cups is very intuitive, and 7 of Pentacles or 7 of Coins can be settling. And I get the sense you're not gonna settle. It's like you were in the past, right? And you know that's what kind of like being flimsy with your boundaries, or no equal give and take in regard to like relationships, work, whatever the case may be. I have a feeling it's in regard to like all those facets, because nothing specific has come out. But it's like you're not going to be settling for the fated life path. You're pursuing your destined life path. And so therefore, you're being rewarded. You're being rewarded by Spirit for this. Just like, your cup being full, having a lot of love, your intuition being heightened, all those things. You're collaborating with Spirit now. Yeah. The Sun. Exactly. That purification process of releasing what's no longer in alignment, things that kept getting you back here, right? In the recent past, what this is also saying is that you felt happiness was maybe out of your grasp. That's not the energy by like the upcoming energy. This is in the recent past. That's not the sense I'm getting now. But also, you know what it takes to embody this now, and you're taking the steps to get there. They're slow and steady, but it's still progress. You're trusting the process. But yeah, it's like in the past, you couldn't see how this person or this figure is like looking away from the sun, looking towards the moon. It's like maybe you were reevaluating like aspects of your shadow side to help integrate them further. They may have come back up again, and you weren't in tune with like the sun. The sun is all the good vibes, right? Like happiness, joy, success, all of that, all of which has come up in this reading. But by the end of the reading, like in the upcoming energy, this is not the case. It's this. All right. Yeah, door to Spirit. So under that, clarifying that, is the Star Aquarius energy. But it's also about healing, hope and renewal, but it's also about something being written in the stars. Again, what I was saying with this card, right, was like not pursuing your or like not settling for a fated life path, but pursuing your destined life path. What's written in the stars, you're working with Spirit to pursue your destiny. That's definitely how I see this message, and it's backing up what I was saying earlier about the energy that this card was giving off. Okay, and that's why I was like, this reading's beautiful. Like, you've definitely been through a lot, and actually at the time you're watching this video, you're still going through it, but it's like you're almost out of it. Like that, you're almost out of it. The light's there, right? It's like you can see here how this figure is looking away from the sun, right? In the recent past, but then the overall energy, it's like the light is coming down over this mountain. It's like you see a way out, and you're taking steps to just pursue your destiny. Your destiny. So rock bottom, Page of Swords. Yeah, this is confirming what I was just saying. Like, I get the sense you're still kind of like coming out of this energy, and the Page of Swords is the observer. The like observing, learning, curious, but wanting to improve because he's still a page, right? But it's like also like see how he's looking at the rock bottom. Remember what I was saying with this card? Like, I know how I got there, and I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back. This is the main energy for this reading. Coming out of that. I don't want to go back. I know how I got there, and I'm not going to settle. This is incredible. Yeah, it's for the Six of Coins, this reciprocity, this equal give and take. I mentioned that too, right? And this is under bring a gentle touch and take time out. And remember how I was saying the vibe I was getting from this card is like anything that is not in alignment or not based in like equal give and take, you're going to choose yourself first, right? That's what the Six of Coins is clarifying. That equal give and take. So you're definitely learning how to put, how to put yourself first. Yeah, for that victory and success, Six of Wands. So the overall energy is Knight of Swords. So at the heart of the reading, we have that Page of Swords. And remember how I was saying he's still a page, right? So the overall energy is the Knight. So it's like you're progressing. You're looking and evaluating and learning what you have to do to progress on your path. Definitely a huge theme in this reading. That's excellent. And you're working through it. And I also get this as like, you may have had some like epiphanies or realizations recently that kind of kickstarted this movement. Remember how I was saying that earlier too? This card is also confirming that. All right, this does have to do with your path, and there's a lot of like your spiritual path too. So I'm going to use Divine Awakening of the Soul Oracle, and let's see. Yeah, tranquility. I feel like you're just trying to embody this at this time, like during this transition period. That's backing up this card, being gentle with yourself. I get the sense you are being gentle with yourself. You are being patient with yourself. It's like you see it all. You see it, how it's all intertwined. And like these things are coming up so that you can deal with it, and you have to experience these things so that you could make these changes to progress forward. It's like you're at peace with what has happened, but you're still open to like learning and observing because you don't want to end up back here, right? This is where you're headed. Yep. You know that you're being, like, as I was saying, you're trusting the process. This was the transformation with you, okay? This is also Scorpio energy, but this was the transformation for you, was learning to trust the process and knowing that you're being guided and protected. That's what I said with this card, right? They're confirming, yes, because that's what this is under. That's what this is under. You know. That's why you, like, trust the process and you're okay with it. This was the transformation. You did surrender. This is an amazing reading, Cancer. And then deja vu, you've been here before. Yeah. So that, like, this is under bring a gentle touch and take time out, as well as Six of Coins, which is that equal give and take. It's like you know the things, again, this is just backing up this message, you know the things that got you here. It's like, you know that they had to happen for these changes to occur and for you to have these experiences so that you can learn and grow from them, right? You've been here before, you know. And also this is backing up what I was saying about, like, I feel like you maybe were in this in the past and then got back in this a little bit recently. It's like you've been here before, you know what you have to do to not end up back here. That's very clear. That's a repeated theme in this reading too. And then spiritual realm, yeah, you surrendered to spirit. You surrendered to divine flow 100%. 100%. So yeah, I just like randomly was looking right now and I cut the decks. Shooting star, make a wish. Again, you know, that's the star card. This was written in the stars in the spiritual realm, and you're pursuing your destined life path. And even though your steps are cautious and slow, it's like you're still looking at everything, following divine guidance and taking action, teasing out intuition and fear for this. Okay, awesome reading, Cancer. This is huge. So great reading. I hope that helps for the month of April, and I'll check in with you next month. Bye.